Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Mike, the intern, Ned Reynolds, in the studio on a Tuesday morning. So, talked about the Chiefs' injuries, and hopefully we got those guys back, at least Drew and Nick, sooner than later, especially against the Bills. We've talked about some of the college players not playing bowl games. But now it's time to talk about baseball. One of those winners' meetings start.
They have started. They started yesterday, and so far, no huge deals. Now, the Cardinals did have one announcement to make, such as it is. We all suspected it anyway, but John Mozeliak, who is the president under that particular office, always has been the chief spokesman for the Cardinals, said, yes, the team is entertaining trade talk for Tyler O'Neill. Everybody knew it anyway, but now it's official. The Cardinals have made it an open situation that they're trying to pursue. Now, they need to get rid of some of these the outfielders that they have, and they need pitching. So if they can work out a deal somewhere along the line where they can get a pretty good starting pitcher for Tyler O'Neill, he gone. But we'll see what the circumstances. You don't want to give him away, but he hasn't been a contributor. What did he have last year? Something like 21 RBIs and 9 home runs in an injury-plagued year. Yeah, he needs to be out of there, but we'll see how it manifests itself. I do think they make a deal for him.
You got to give something to get, though, man, and hopefully we're not just getting something else. But fingers crossed, the Cardinals can figure it out. MSU Bears play basketball tonight at home.
They're on the road. They're at Murfreesboro, Tennessee, to play Middle Tennessee State's Blue Raiders. Now, Middle Tennessee State in the past has been a pretty good basketball team. Last year, they had a real good record, came in here just about this time, and the Bears ran them out of the ballpark. I thought it was one of the worst Middle Tennessee State teams that I had seen. Well, they came back to have a pretty fair year. Well, I can promise you they remember that whipping they got here in Springfield. That's where the Bears play tonight against the Blue Raiders. The Blue Raiders are under 500. The Bears are a good shooting team. Did not have a good shooting game against Drake, but I do look for that to be repaired very quickly, and I like the Bears' chances tonight against the Blue Raiders.
Bears having a pretty good start to their season right now, man.
It's a good team.
Which is nice, which is really nice. It's a little change of pace, and I think we both kind of felt like they were just right there. If they could just get over that hump, fingers crossed that continues. Obviously, we all had issues with the officiating in that Sunday night game. Now, don't just sit there and think, oh, Mike's just a Homer Chiefs fan, he's upset. No, dude. The roughing the passer call was garbage. And I think the non-call on the pass interference down the line was also garbage and probably a make good for the bad call before that. But if you are going to do that, we have an officiating problem in the NFL.
There is. The officials, and I have friends who are officials who say, hey, it's not very good, but I really do like what Patrick Mahomes had to say. And he was questioned about that non-interference call that was so blatantly interference. Did it cost him a game? No. Hey, the Chiefs had many other opportunities to beat the Packers, but it still was a missed call on national television. Patrick Mahomes said yesterday, and I love this, he would rather the officials let the players, quote, jostle each other, end quote, on pass plays rather than drop the flag every time. Let the players compete, let them play, and Mahomes, of course, referring to that interference call that was not called. But I like that attitude. Let the game be decided on the field. Yes, if it's a wildly open penalty, of course you call them. But dropping the hanky on every time there's contact downfield, I find to be very disruptive, number one, and really not very fair, number two. And Patrick Mahomes, who I really like, does everybody. That's a fair statement to make.
It's kind of the stance they take in more specifically college basketball, I think, than any other sport, especially when it comes to officiating. You can see the tone that the refs have sat there and said, we're going to let these kids battle this thing out. Because when you can see them let it happen, obviously blatant things are called, but you can really see that they've made the decision to let them play it out.
In the last 10 years, Mike, basketball was, it's been more like about 20 years, was a non-contact game. If you had a lot of physical contact underneath, it was probably going to be called. Now, good gracious sakes, it's World War III underneath. Yep. You have players grabbing each other, elbowing each other. You can't say tripping because they will call that, but the officials let them play. It is a different concept in the game.
And it's happening a lot faster, and the problem is we've got such great resolution now And with instant replay, we all get to see what the officials might not have seen. So maybe the solution is have a sky judge. You know what I mean? But that's just going to add more time to the game. Either way, Ned, we're out of time. You have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Sports is brought to you by Taylor Gruball, Chevy, Buick, and GMC. Take that short drive to West Plains to buy your next car.